Water cutting should be done very aggressively for a very short period of time. If your goal is to cut fat, you're going to approach that in a different way than you would if your goal is to cut water weight for a competition. Hi, my name is Mel. I'm a powerlifting coach and national ref. I've been coaching for over 15 years now. Today I wanted to talk about cutting weight. I think people use cutting as an overarching term and they don't really distinguish between cutting weight, as in water weight, or cutting fat. And I think we need to make this distinction so we can be very specific about what we're talking about, because these two things happen in different ways. Fat cutting is creating a calorie deficit over time that helps you get leaner by losing body fat, maintaining your muscle mass, and keeping your water balanced. Water cutting should be done very aggressively for a very short period of time with the most amount of food possible, because the goal here is not to lose fat and you're meant to regain the weight. If you're a power lifter and your belt fits you a certain way, your knee sleeves fit you a certain way, you don't want to mess with that. There's multiple stepwise things we can implement for seeing how your body responds to these variables before your competition. I like to start with the things that seem most tolerable, and then we end with the things that are the least tolerable, which is maybe the water loading protocol that I'm pretty sure I have on my website. The things that are the least invasive for a water cutting protocol are changing the timing of the food that you're eating and the composition of the food that you're eating. This means that you cut your meal earlier so that your weigh-in is later relative to when you last ate. You don't really have to do anything other than eat earlier in the day or drink water earlier in the day, and you're not changing anything else, and you're seeing how your body responds. The next variable I manipulate is changing the composition of your food at dinner time. Eat earlier, and if you typically eat a very carb heavy meal, you might eat less carbs at that meal. Carbs help you hold on to water. We might cut your carbohydrate portion in half, or we might just get rid of it all. I might say, if you want to have your veggies and your protein, go for it. Don't have any other carbs for dinner. Eat them earlier in the day, and then we'll weigh in the morning and see how your body responds. Another way we manipulate your food composition is the sodium content. If you eat very heavily salted foods, you're gonna hold more water the next day. We all know, we go have takeout, we weigh more the next day. It's not necessarily the calories in the food, but it has a lot to do with the sodium. If you have a lot of soup in the evening, you might be heavier in the morning. If you find yourself manipulating those variables and you cut a ton of water, then we won't have to move on to anything more drastic than that, but we always see people try to become more and more drastic, more and more competitive. Most people want to know, how do I do a water loading protocol? What's the water loading protocol? I do a 3-day period of water loading where we're doing about 2 gallons of water a day. We don't want to also cut a bunch of food at this time. It's not necessary and it might backfire on you. So you want to eat normally during this time. It's the last couple of days really before your weigh-ins that you want to start manipulating your food. This might look like changing the sodium content, the carb content, and also not eating so late in the day. This is only something that you want to do the very last day. There's no reason for you to start eating earlier in the day every single day. You want to wait until the day prior to your weigh-in to implement not eating so late. You might cut your dinner at 3 instead of at 6. You might cut your water after 5 p.m. and then the next morning you would have a very specific protocol based on what exactly you're trying to do for your weigh-in. Reserve cutting fat for the off season. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one.